Hey guys, it's Sean Zine, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 66, a little bit earlier today. I had to make sure we're going to start changing it up because it's nice to, I like change. I like to do things differently to make things happen. So, yeah, normally it's at noon. We're at 11:30, catching some of you that might not be on, at noon. We can get you a little earlier. It's all about providing value. This is what I do daily. And it's important that when you're paying attention, that you actually take the information, digest it, and actually use it, implement. That's the key thing of why I do what I do. It's important that we continue to provide value consistently so that others learn and grow. So the guest that I have on today is someone that you can benefit from. And if you are watching us live, please at least hit the love button, comment, hashtag live, hit that and slam that share button a number of times. We want to get this into different groups as well. So please help us out. I'll remind you on the bottom, see the ticker going across. Please help us engage and let's make it happen. Let me bring on Brian. What's going on, Brian?
Hey, how are you, Sean?
Thanks so much for joining today.
Thanks for having me.
We're gonna have this basically live on Facebook. It's also live in YouTube. So those that are new
Mhm.
and are watching that know who I am, I want to make sure my guest gets a lot of exposure. So, Brian, can you explain to everyone who you are and what you're all about?
Sure. Yes, I am the president of Ticked Off Mosquito, a Rivervale-based Bergen County pest control company that focuses on tick and mosquito treatments and effectively treating against ticks, mosquitoes, and preventing Lyme disease as well as other vector-borne diseases, created by ticks and mosquitoes.
This is a value to have. I would say you're a great tool to have in the toolbox, no matter what, because I have a lot of real estate agents, I have a lot of small business owners, and those that are watching. Brian's somebody, his company is somebody people complain about, right? Ticks, mosquitoes, Lyme disease. These are things that he helps prevent.
Very much so, yeah, and been very fortunate to work with some realtors, whether it's for new homeowners or particularly for one-offs for individuals moving into their home. But yeah, absolutely, find that it's great that I'm really trying to connect, and all of my clients are different business owners or working in different establishments. So always trying to similar to yourself, trying to connect people whenever possible.
It's so important. That's how people should be building business. It's not just thinking about a commission or a paycheck. It's about how it's
Mhm.
not just now, it's for the future. And by recommendations, I think that's where a business owner really explodes. It takes it to the next level. Instead of just worried about now, you're going to be like, "Hey, how can I help you grow your business too?" And you're going to have those questions.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. It's interesting, yeah. Just working with the general public and working with different homeowners, just coming across various different industries that people are working in, and it's quite unique. I'll get business cards every day, and I'll be like, "Wow, I never knew I could have connected these two people," but it ends up working out well. Whenever it does, it's great when it happens.
Now, with this pandemic, a lot of people have been home. A lot of people have to change their daily routines. I have a young child, young daughter,
Mhm.
so I had to change things up tremendously. Even now, still, how has it affected you and your family? Have you been an early
Mhm.
riser and had to change things up because the kids are home and things like that?
Sure. Yeah, great question. With the pandemic and with everyone staying at home, we've definitely found an uptick in business. People realizing that they're going to be staying home, whether it's because parks have been closed, or with schools being closed and playgrounds, and who knows with camps. So people are finding that they're going to be utilizing their backyards a great deal more. So since owner of the business and just very much out there, in the backyards of properties every day treating. Found that the role has been where my wife has been really taking it on full time, 6 days a week, really watching the kids a bit more than I would have preferred, but it works out great. And in this time, it's, we're very fortunate to be working and having one of us working all the time, but it just means, juggling a bit more. So I'm making breakfast for the kids at, 7 in the morning and getting out the door by 7:30 to get there and hit my 10, 12, houses or, customers a day.
No, that's awesome. Now, your company name is Ticked Off Mosquito. Now,
Yes.
what did you do something beforehand? How did you get into the business?
Sure, great question. I have about 20 years of experience in branding and marketing and advertising. I also run a boutique college media agency. So we help brands partner uh, or try to reach the college demographic. So we do a lot of back to school events and spring break events. And so branding was always kind of part of me. And I came up with the idea, the concept, and the business of Ticked Off Mosquito because we live in Rivervale, and we back up to woods, and we were finding that we were picking off ticks from our kids every season. We were reaching out to a couple of pest control companies, and none that focused specifically on ticks. They said, "Yeah, well, we treat outdoors, and the products are also effective against ticks." But there was no one solution in Bergen County that we found that focused in on ticks, and so did a lot of studied a great deal. Rutgers University is doing some great things. Kind of built my model based on what they recommend, pass all the tests, to be able to treat effectively throughout New Jersey. And we're actually now kind of expanding, looking to find business owners in different counties throughout the U.S. To that might be interested in starting a Ticked Off Mosquito location as well.
No,
So
that's
pretty
awesome. I was
exciting stuff.
wondering if it was just in Bergen County, if you went throughout the state, because in my community,
Mm-hmm.
I have a variety of counties and towns represented, and I want to make
Yeah.
sure that those who are out there definitely reach out to Brian if there is an issue with, mosquitoes and ticks. And this is a service that
Mm-hmm.
is needed. And if you are by the forest, or you have lots of trees and you have this kind of
Absolutely.
issue, which even in Clifton, I'm in Clifton, New Jersey, you have the mosquitoes that
Yeah.
are
A lot of
out and
mosquitoes
coming
in
out.
Clifton.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
there it's happening. So it's something to have, and a lot of people watching, and I see a bunch of you on. We have Jason Goldberg, and we have Larry Vecchio and Wayne DiCato. Guys, drop a comment, drop a hashtag live on, if you're live, hashtag replay on the replay, and please hit the share button. It's important to build your business with other professionals. That's why I'm not just an insurance broker. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
think, what are you? That's why I came up with on the connection machine. I'm a resource for everyone that's in my community. Yes, my main business is insurance, but if I could help others grow their business, guess what? It's going to help me grow mine. And it's just other salespeople out there. So when you're out there on a call, you could be thinking about other things that provided to, in the partnerships that you have. And it's
Yeah.
important because every single day, being an entrepreneur, you wake
Mm-hmm.
up no paycheck, right? So you have to go out there and find business. How are you doing that now compared to what you've done in the past?
Sure. We have, at least for Ticked Off Mosquito, as that relates to marketing and advertising, we were doing a bit of direct mail, some postcards, just finding my feeling is that although people are home, they're less interested in going through the mail. People are concerned with the mail. So we put a pause on some of the mailers. I know some of our competitors are still doing that. It's great. But we really do find that word of mouth is the best form of advertising. And just, whenever we can, we're just very fortunate to have some great customers that are open and willing to share their positive feedback on Facebook groups and sharing in a different social media platforms. So that's been that's been huge, and word of mouth. But no business can just sit around waiting for the phone to call, waiting because of that word of mouth. So you have to be proactive. So we do lawn signs. Not everybody loves it, but it's we do have our lawn signs throughout Bergen County, and we still do some Home Advisor and Angie's List and a little bit of Google and search engine optimization. So trying to do a multi-tiered approach, and I think that my background in marketing and advertising hopefully helps a bit in that, and helping just brand awareness and getting the name out there. And it's true. I mean, we focus in very much our first being ticks, how to effectively treat against ticks. In addition to, and hence the name ticked off mosquito, we focus ticks and mosquitoes being our two main components, but the solutions that we use treat against about 100 different pests. So it's very effective, and we do everything. I mean, there are, it's nothing like, you should really kind of see it. I wish we could show a video of a backpack fogger, fogging, treating everything, all the trees, all the shrubs, all the flower beds, really effectively treating. Because these ticks, it doesn't take much, and over 50% have at least one disease they're finding. So we have to be more than cautious and proactive.
No, that's interesting. So the application for the treatment is a lot of like a fog machine. So you look like a
Yeah,
Ghostbuster kind of thing. So you must have the packs
very much
on,
so. Yes,
and you're
yes.
getting
Now
out
all
there.
the PPE. I mean, us pest controllers have. We have always wore PPE, but literally, my kids call me a Ghostbuster, or they're like, "Put on your mosquito outfit," and it's everything, the headgear, and you have to wear the long pants, the long sleeves, and in 90-degree weather with a full-on mask and eyewear and ears and everything else. It gets a little bit crazy. So, but very much Ghostbuster action. I think it kind of scares the kids a little bit.
No, I'm sure. And anyone that's out there that knows somebody that has Lyme disease, this is
Yeah.
something that they should have probably. How long does an application last? If you were to go to somebody's house today, does it last
Yeah.
for a couple months, a year? Is it multiple treatments? So those that are
Great
watching
question.
might need to be educated on that piece.
Yeah, very much so. So we treat, and all of our products are eco-friendly, natural products. So we're not using the traditional, conventional, harsh, products of back in the day. And the eco products have really come along quite well. I can't, 5 years ago, I couldn't say that the eco was just as effective as the conventional, but now I can say that if there is a downside, it just requires treating every 3 weeks versus every 4 weeks. So looking at kind of the calendar right now, there's about 5 to 6 treatments from now through till the end of mosquito and tick season, which is in fact, typically mid-October. A lot of people kind of look at Labor Day as the end. We are currently offering a special for half-acre properties or less of 5 treatments for 500, and that would run you through till just past Labor Day, and that's about $150 savings. So that's something that we're finding people are kind of jumping at, and then we also offer a first responders discount, which is great. And then going back to kind of the business opportunity idea or concept, we're really trying to work with a lot of firemen, a lot of police officers who might be interested in starting their own business and becoming a business owner, because it is pretty grueling work. You have the backpack, fogger with the 3 gallons of water on the back. You have to be in pretty decent shape. Somehow I get away with it, so trying to work with them as well, and anyone that's interested in becoming a business owner, whether it's in Rockland County or even in Texas or California. So really trying to expand and explode throughout the U.S. in 2020 and 2021.
No, that's good that you have a vision and you are, really focused. And a lot of people that I like to teach and educate those that are in my community. And a lot of it is mindset. When you are, positive and you are a fighter, you are pushing and you're trying different things. This makes
Mm-hmm.
you a better human being. And the more that we put ourselves out there, we're outside of our comfort zone,
Oh
things
yeah.
happen. And it's
Hmm.
important that, like Brian said, if you maybe want to get involved with a business, people say, "Oh, it's tough. It's a pandemic now." This is when things are changing. These are when you have to transition. You have to make sure you plant the seeds for 90 days from now and make things happen. Learn a new, if you haven't learned enough, another skill or tried something different in the last 90 days, you really didn't take advantage of an opportunity that just came through.
Absolutely, and I agree. And I recall, when I initially mentioned to my wife and my in-laws, it was when they're all together, I said, I think I'm going to get into the tick and mosquito treatment business and get my pest control license. And they kind of looked at me like, I think he's going through like a midlife crisis or something. What's going on here? And just saw it through. And it was already after I had started another business. Never took on any business loans or took on any angel investors for the first one business or for this one. And just but you have to, I realized that it was a lot easier before kids and before the mortgage. But I said, what, this, it was a dream that I knew there was a need for making sure that people are safe in their backyards. I mean, treatments, as I mentioned, $500 is so much less expensive than dealing with Lyme disease for the entirety of your life or for however long. It's just and there's just a need, and so it has been it's been a fun experience, and doing it the second time around, it's been a lot of fun.
Now, a lot of you are jumping on, and don't forget to hit that share button. We like to help as many people as possible. Drop a comment. What business are you involved in? I see Chris Chin, Matthew Victoria, Nicole, Anthony. Guys, hit that share, hit the wow, and drop a comment so we could all collaborate and work together. This is why we do this, is to make sure that everyone's businesses grow. And this is having somebody in your toolbox that you can utilize because someone might have Lyme disease. They might have issues with mosquitoes and ticks. You have to have somebody like Brian to recommend when that conversation comes up. Now, you're involved in your community, which is huge for a business owner. You're doing some coaching for some kids?
Yeah, very much so. Been coaching with these kids, keeping these kids off the streets of Rivervale, as I like to say. No, they teaching a lot of soccer from kindergarten through fifth grade. Just became a board member for the Rivervale recreational soccer. But I guess so that's kind of exciting, being a board member and hopefully guiding some new action during this new era that we are in. So really looking forward to doing that. But yeah, it's been great. I was doing a lot of what they call Rascals soccer, which is just Rivervale 4-year-old and 5-year-old soccer, and it's been great to just teach them the fundamentals, and now to see these kids 5 years later that are doing travel soccer, some of the greatest in the county, and competing for championships throughout the state. So it's really exciting, and I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, I don't know how much longer I can fully teach these people, teach these kids, and make sure that I'm giving them all. At fifth grade, I'm starting to realize that maybe my skill set is starting to max out. But so far, I'm liking it. Maybe it just means a little bit more YouTube videos or something. I don't know, but it's been really exciting.
No, it's awesome to give back, and you're in the community. People see you, you have those conversations. Some people don't realize you have to do some things locally, be hyper local, and things will change
Yeah.
with your
Hmm.
business for sure. In the beginning of our conversation, you discussed college marketing. I would love to
Yes.
learn more about that and what that's all about. Is it something that you're really, I guess, hyper focused on the college kid and those that are products and services that would benefit them that you would market to? Please tell us more about that.
Yeah. So my other company is called Campus Solutions, and it is a full service college marketing and media company. And we focus on the college demographic. So we work with brands, Fortune 500 clients that are interested in targeting college students, whether it's during back to school, throughout the fall semester, spring break, throughout the spring, but effectively reaching college students on campus. And we do a lot of hand-to-hand sampling, not ideal in this timing, but a lot of product sampling. We do a lot of dorm room distribution, welcome bags, spring break events, sorority promotions, and big student union events from Revlon to Clinique to Cosmo, where we really transform the student union into kind of a makeup event or a fashion event. It's really been really exciting. So we can do some great tours. We've done some fantastic HBCU, historically Black college and university college tours for some major brands. So it's been really exciting, and really keeps me feeling young, being on a campus, realizing that I don't probably fit on a campus anymore, but it's a lot of fun. And back to school, even though who knows who's going back. Actually, a lot of universities are starting to decide on their fall schedules and whether it might be shortened or ending around Thanksgiving. They are a majority, I think, are going to be going back, so that always helps.
That's awesome. And that goes hand in hand. What you learned in that field, it probably helps you with your ticked off mosquito business as well as far as marketing. How else are you marketing or using social media for your business today?
Mhm.
Is there any tips or tricks
Sure.
or strategies that those who are watching could probably implement?
Yeah, I would say, and I've utilized this a lot with college media, is reaching kind of those influential individuals with 10,000 if possible, 5,000 Facebook followers or more. If you can utilize them as almost your ambassadors, where you might rather than like a one-off time saying, hey, just promote me for time being. If you can work with some partners. We do a lot with like sororities and different organizations, and so whenever we can, try to reach out to those influential members to share and to post them, and to work with us as ambassadors, I guess. That being on the college front, and then for the local for ticked off mosquito, as far as utilizing social media, we just have a lot of customers that just expressed to me, hey, I can't tell you what a difference. I literally couldn't go outside of my house without getting bit by 10 mosquitoes. Now I can sit out on my backyard with food even on the table at 8 o'clock at night and just sit out and not worry about a mosquito. I'm like, that's great that you told me this. If you want to share this on social media, even better. So just utilizing those testimonials whenever possible. Any of that feedback, if we can, if they're open and willing to share that, that's always helpful.
I've done a lot of video, social media. I think a big thing too is doing Google reviews really
Mm-hmm.
help out as far as a business owner. So those that are watching, all you need to do is Google someone's name, and the businesses will come up, whatever they're involved in, and then you write a review for their Google for their business account. So that's an important thing that helps others grow tremendously for sure. And getting in front of the camera, doing lives, interviewing people in your community is so key today to provide that value so that others will learn from you. You buy brain cells, and when it's time for them to use your services, they reach out to you. Is there any final thoughts you would like to share with everyone today, Brian?
Just that, you know, um, that obviously there are a lot of concerns in the world, and um, that there's plenty to be concerned with in life, but there's a lot of positive as well. That I find that as a community, that I've found more than ever. Feel like um, you feel a part of the community, and everybody's and we need more of that. I've also seen the other side of it. People are just maybe just having a bad day, but whenever I think it really comes back down to community and connections and just working together. I don't think it's ever been more important than now. Who you know, rather than what you know. So.
Well said. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to share
Thank
some
you, Sean.
value with us. And please, guys, reach out to Brian, friend request him, message him, text him. Definitely, he'll drop his contact information at the end of this live. And let's all collaborate. Let's make some things happen and use Brian as a tool in your toolbox, because I know lots of people in this state would definitely utilize your services for sure.
Thanks, Sean. It's been a pleasure. And anytime, I'd love to chat with you, and really appreciate the call.
Awesome, man. Brian, have an awesome day. Guys watching, please
Thank you
check
too.
out Connection Machine, check out Brian, and let's all have an awesome day.